Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Hello, everyone.
Hi Maria, how are you? How is your
Oh,
day
good.
going?
Oh, good. How are you?
Doing well, excited about today's
Amazing.
session.
Can you hear us all?
Let's see in the chat box. Yeah, they can hear us. It's all good.
Amazing.
We
So
have,
thank you.
yeah, please
Amazing.
go.
So thank you all for joining us today for this insightful webinar on data-driven digital transformation. We hope you found the session valuable and so sorry. I'm delighted to have you as a host here for this exciting webinar. Whether you're joining us from your office, home, or even on the go, we're thrilled to have you here. So in today's session, we're going to dive deeper into the essentials of the digital transformation and how data plays a pivotal role in modernizing business practices. So before we get started, I want to cover a few housekeeping items. So the webinar will run for approximately 90 minutes, including a dedicated question and answer session at the end. So we encourage you to engage with us throughout the session. If you have any questions, please type them and we'll address as many as we can during the question and answer segment. So for those who need to step away or want to revisit today's content, we are recording this webinar. So a link to of the recording session will be sent to you after the event. So our agenda includes foundation of data-driven digital transformation, developing a robust data strategy, and implementing a data-driven transformation. So we are honored to have Arid Zakiri with us today. Art is an expert in digital transformation, data strategy, and project management with a robust academic background and extensive experience in instructional design and consulting. Without further ado, please join me welcoming out Art Zakiri. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria. Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Pleasure to be here with you. Pleasure to be with Maria on this webinar and with all the attendees. Personally, I think that we will have a lot of fun together today. So as Maria said, we will go through some content. Then in the end, you will have a Q&A. And I have a very special gift for the ones that will be in the end because I've prepared a small gamification for you guys. So be prepared, keep your phones with you. In the end, I will share a QR code which you will scan, and we will have some gamification, which top three winners will receive a prize from myself and from Maria after the course will end. So, without further ado, let's start and let's discuss first of all the outline, and then I will present myself, and then we can start with discussing in more details about digital transformation and the impact that digital transformation has on businesses and about data and how it drives digital transformation forward. So, when discussing about data-driven digital transformation, especially in today's webinar, we will discuss in three key pillars which are crucial for any professional, either for seniors who are in the industry for quite some time, or for newcomers and for students who are recently getting into this new data trend, this new, how I personally call it, modern oil, which is data. Because as we know, as oil used to run vehicles in the past, which now we are moving to electricity, we have data which is running businesses, is making decisions, it's growing the revenue of businesses, and in specific cases, it has proven to be make or break for specific businesses or organizations. In today's webinar, we have three key pillars which we will discuss today. And of course, if you need anything else, we can continue in the Q&A, or after this session, I am happy to continue with whatever you will need from our side. So one of the main pillars which we'll have is the introduction to data-driven digital transformation, where we will try through examples to define what is data-driven digital transformation, how is different from in general digital transformation, and why personally I like mostly to speak about data and how it drives digital transformation rather than other technologies which are out there for us to use. Then in the second pillar, we will discuss about the key elements and technologies which are related to digital transformation, where we will discuss about big data analytics, the new AI and machine learning trend, how automatization is proving to be helpful in data-driven decision making and digital transformation, cloud computing, Internet of Things, and many more. After that, in the final pillar or the third pillar, we'll discuss on how to implement data-driven strategies, where we will shift like from the practitioner role, which will be in the second part, into the third role, which is going to be the leadership part, where we will discuss in more details about you guys as leaders, what you need to do and what you need to understand as an introduction to digital transformation and how data can fuel your digital transformation, where to focus on when you have the process where you need to train your staff, the core values of your staff, the agile approach, the literacy behind data, etc., etc. So a bit about myself before we move forward. As my dear colleague Maria mentioned, my name is Art. I'm a university lecturer with a PhD thesis research conducted mostly on data, where I've conducted my research on data-driven decision-making as well as digitalization, AI, machine learning, and automatization of processes related to data. Besides that, I'm working at the LEORON Professional Development Institute as the Associate Director of the Technical Academy, where we are overseeing majority of the technical competencies and where we are building different types of trainings and of course delivering the same and measuring the return on investment when it comes to the different organizations when they are working on learning and development. So without further ado, let's start with the first pillar, let's say. So unlocking the power of data-driven digital transformation. In today's world, as I said before, what is the modern gold or the modern oil in today's world? We have data. Just to put as a comparison here, for example, we have from the start of the Industrial Revolution, we have seen that different things make different types of competitive advantage, which make or break an organization, and of course, make or break a nation in general. So, in the start of the Industrial Revolution, we had the steam power engine, which created this, let's say, the early start of automatization and robotics, where we first of all had the steam engines, which would power different types of machinery, opening factories, reducing costs, reducing the time of processing different types of products, etc., etc. As time was moving forward, and with the introduction of electricity and machines, we have started to see the first glimpse of what technology it can do in a different type of organization. Now, in the late 80s and moving forward, it was not only about technology. We have started to see also a part which is about automation and making the processes much more streamlined, where you could implement different type of processes that could finish the work of, let's say, 10, 20, 30 employees that were in the past. And for the first time, you had a chance to see what informed decisions are. We know that in the past, every time an organization made a decision, it would be more on hunch and experience. And that's why a lot of errors would occur. However, at that period of time when we had the introduction of automated processes, we could also see that we started to collect different types of data. We could start with the most basic ones from accounting, and from there onwards, we could go into more details where you could have data for different types of employees. Let's say for HR, you could start to have data for their clock in, clock out, their main KPIs, key performance indicators, their output, the time that needs for their output, and then you could start making some basic informed decisions with that type of data, where you could make a decision like, is this employee worth it, based on the output and based on the amount of time he is and what his salary is at the moment. This is the start of informed decisions, and it had proven to be very successful and very beneficial for organizations. As time moves forward, we all have with us now these smart devices. We all with us have now this pocket devices which collect different types of data that even with one click, one search, though that data is collected and processed. And this type of data, once it's collected, once it's processed, we have informed decisions made from different organizations regarding this. For example, let's say we have marketing decision. When we're discussing about data and data-driven digital transformation, we need to understand that in marketing, we have, let's give you the most basic example, AliExpress. You do a recent search, for example, let's say baby clothes. Once that is done, automatically your profile, which already has stored in it the age, the demographics, the nationality, the gender, will fall into a specific group which will also have information that you have searched XYZ things. At that time, immediately you will start receiving these automated ads which are related to what you have searched. And this is what data is helping doing organizations. But in order for organizations to achieve this, there must be processes in place, there must be technology in place, and there must be researchers in place. That's why we have seen a lot of organizations going through digital transformation. So without further ado, let's start with the first part, which is defining what is data-driven digital transformation. I would say that data-driven digital transformation is where we leverage different type of information or leverage different type of data and digital technologies where we change and or where we improve different types of business processes, customer experience, or different type of performance overall for our organization or with our strategy. However, the digital transformation, and in particular data-driven digital transformation, is not possible without having the specific type of data which is necessary for us, and with us to align that with business goals that are for our organization, and in general the strategy that is for our organization and the region that we are operating. I will give you an example which is regarding COVID-19. You all remember that before COVID-19, it was nearly impossible for the regular student or for the regular employee to think about that the effectiveness of teaching in a virtual classroom or attending regular webinars or attending even university lectures online is something that's effective. And that has proven to be a huge, huge problem for the organizations, especially for universities and learning and development institutes. So with the collection of data that you have, let's say, for example, data is processed, the amount of students you have left in the middle of the process, because COVID-19 hit, everything was on lockdown, those students are left in the air. So you have a specific persona of which people are left in the air where they don't have the degree completed, they've enrolled, and they cannot go back, wait 2-3 years and start again because we have uncertainty. So let's start and think about it. You have 20 to 25-year-old students who have let's say little experience in technologies when it comes to teaching and to lectures, but they have a lot of experience when it comes to social media. So you have the first determinant there. You know, as a business owner or a strategist, you know that you have this group of people who have the knowledge of something which is simple, where they have seen a lot of YouTube videos. They are easy going. They know that social media is their go-to platform, or Facebook or Instagram or whichever social media, and they know that they have short videos which are 2-3 minutes. They have played games in their computers, they have seen movies, etc. So you have in front of you a persona which is built. Key points again which we need to remember: short videos, live stream, games, and of course writing, commenting, etc. This is linked to the main part, which is regarding the importance of data, and digital transformation. So when we have these personas created, we try to align them with the business goals. What is our goal? Our goal is, as a university, as a professional development institute, is to finalize the education for these people that are in the middle, or let's say in the air. They are in between this program that they have enrolled, where they cannot finish it, and they cannot go back, wait 2-3 years, and then start again. Because if they do that, you as a business need to refund. You lose all your money. You also have costs which are related to that. So you go down, you lose your clients, you lose your money, and they lose as well their education. So you try to align those key personas with your business goals. So we have the people that are interested in short videos, again, commenting games. What you do, you think of an engaging platform which will combine all to this into learning. So that's why we have nowadays these learning and management systems which have short videos mostly. For example, myself and one of my dear colleagues, Nicole, is going through executive education, and there we have a lot of short videos where they prep us for the core of the subject. Then they give us text. After they give us a specific text which we need to read, and also a specific part which is where we need to watch as an introduction and as the core, where specific things are explained by lecturers and by professionals, they lead us to a different stage which is related towards discussion, where we discuss with the group members, with our classmates, about different concepts, about different ideas. Once that discussion is done, then we move to the second module, which is to start to go in depth about the course and the program that we have in front of us, where, of course, during this time, we have small gamification to keep things interesting. We have comments and replies into different posts, so we are always engaged and we think about the course. And of course, we receive push notifications for the same, because they are in different time zones. And of course, after that, in the end, you have either a project, either you have a capstone, or you have a exam which you need to complete in order to move to the second, third, fourth, fifth module. And this is one of those examples in which digital transformation is driven by data, is driven by data decision making, because you had personas which you have analyzed and you have created a specific platform. The other part, for example, the other way is that you don't want to go with huge costs because you are a very small business, but still you want to make an impact. You start the utilization of different platforms, which is called outsourcing, where you have, let's say, for example, as a learning and development institute, you outsource your teaching into WebEx or into Zoom, where you have live session and interaction with the participant. So depends on your cost and objectives, you start with your digital transformation. However, we need to understand, guys, where when we're discussing about digital transformation, it's not that, okay, I will choose this solution and that's it. You need to understand that there are multiple key elements which are there. You need to train your staff, you need to analyze the cost, you need to change the infrastructure that you are working on. That means you need to update your computers, invest in cameras if necessary, invest in hardware, or invest in training for your staff for soft skills, for video editing, etc., etc., etc. Since we have, in a way, described a bit what is data-driven digital transformation, we can go with sustainability initiatives regarding data-driven transformation. For example, we have in sustainability, through data and through digital transformation, which is aided through data, we have energy consumption analysis, waste reduction, carbon footprint tracking, sustainable product, and product design. Let's start with one example while we are here. I started, you remember when I said like 20 minutes ago, Data is the modern oil, is the new gold, based on my opinion. Well, this is the case. We had in the past cars and plants which would run on diesel or petrol, and we had ships that I'm talking now about the old days that would still be on coal, etc., etc. As time moved past, we could analyze through data that we have this carbon footprint, which is very big, and it's causing a lot of issues. And that's why we need to move towards sustainability, because we have global warming, we have pollution, we etc., etc. So what we do, we start to digitalize our plants to use as much as possible electricity, which is either through solar or through other sources. And based on that, we start to eliminate the carbon footprint which has been in the past. One of those products of this is the electric vehicles that we have nowadays, and the boom in the demand for electric vehicles such as Tesla, Rivian, etc., etc. But it's not only about sustainability when discussing about data and digitalization. We have companies such as Amazon, Uber, GE, and Netflix. They have used the data and different types of modern technologies in a way which I could say that all the companies in the world would envy, because through proper implementation of digitalization as well as data-driven digital transformation and different types of technologies, they have managed to gain the competitive advantage which no one has at the moment in the world. Let's start by the first one, Amazon. Through data, they have and through different analysis of technology which is out there, they have started to implement AI and machine learning, where you have personalized recommendation, demand forecasting based on what is bought, when is bought, and supply chain optimization. I will give you another example about Amazon and how retail and how data is helping different types of organization. I don't know if we have someone from US as a participant today, but a couple of years ago we had Hurricane Francis, which was dealing a huge amount of damage in the United States. And of course, before it's starting with the prediction, we could see that it's something which is going to last in terms of damaging the infrastructure, is going to damage the supply chain due to infrastructure, etc., etc. So we have Target there, the chain, which they were analyzing data on previous natural disasters, on what is bought, when is bought, and what that product is packed with. So let's say, for example, they have data on during natural disasters. Some people like to buy candy and soda, etc., etc. This organization, Target, when they analyzed the data, they could see that during natural disasters, the things that are bought the most as package is fresh water and toilet paper. So what they did, they packed both of those products together in those stores where Hurricane Francis was predicted to impact that region, and they lowered the price of the bundle. In that way, only for that Hurricane Francis, where a lot of companies were going out of business due to this natural disaster, they have reached a 200% increase in the revenue during that period, because they have matched the perfect products which were bought the most, lowered the price, and in that way data helped them in gaining a competitive advantage. Moving back to modern data and digital transformation. Uber. We all use it, we all love it. It's a lifesaver, especially in the biggest cities. Every time you use Uber, you can see the amount of, you can sense, sorry, the amount of data, the vast amount of data, and how it's shaping Uber on what is it today. Example, you open the phone, you put your location, it shows you an estimation of all the vehicles which are near you and also the pricing to your destination. All of this is calculated based on that data which is collected from previous trips based on cost, based on demand, based on traffic, which is analyzed through the Internet of Things and different devices, and of course, all processed in cloud computing for faster processing. And in front of you, you get a trip, details, arriving time, pickup time, and cost. While we're discussing this, in order for you to understand better what I'm talking about when I'm saying Internet of Things and cloud computing. Every time we travel, we open, personally for me, my favorite is Google Maps, but someone might use also Apple Maps. You have seen anytime you open Google Maps, you have rows which are with green and rows which are with red. That is data processing at its highest because it's analyzing how many devices are in a specific location. Once they are analyzing how many devices are in a specific location, they are analyzing are the devices moving in that road or not. If the devices prove that they are moving very slowly, the data of those that are moving slowly is showing to us that we have a traffic jam, traffic congestion, and that's why the road is with red. If it's a regular flow, then the road is with green. And based on that, you receive a notification about changing route, fastest route, most effective route, etc., etc. The same goes with GE and Netflix. In GE as an industrial powerhouse through Internet of Things, it has predictive maintenance where they have data which is collected, analyzed, created a specific infrastructure behind that data that it shows to us what needs to be maintained and when needs to be maintained. And in this way, we don't have failure on production, we don't have increased cost on failure on machinery, etc., etc. Same goes with Netflix and the movies and recommendations. Another case study here is healthcare industry. We have electronic health records, we have telemedicine and remote patient monitoring and clinical decision support systems, which all are relying on data processing and the digitalization of the processes based on the data and what the data is showing to the doctors, to the medical staff, etc. So let's dive a bit deeper while we are here. I would say that the driving force is data at the core. We have three pillars as the driving core. We have data generation, data management, and data-driven insights. For the first one, we said that we have these personas which are created. And this is something which falls under data generation, where every time someone uses something, a specific persona is created. For example, let's say, for example, you have on a website, every time you go, on the bottom line, you have a specific bar which shows cookies. Those are not cookies which I like, because but they're cookies which are collecting your information. These types of cookies are collecting your information such as your browsing history, what you've browsed. They are collecting your history on your preferences on similar websites, and based on that, they create your specific personas. That's why we have nowadays in TikTok and different social media, these types of, let's say, tips. Every time you go and check for flights, search in incognito because cookies cannot track you. Because if you search for flights 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you will start receiving personalized flights, which in specific cases are more expensive than the regular flights, which you will search and they will pop up for the first time. And this falls on also under data management because that type of persona is processed and that type of data then is managed where it starts to give different types of insights based on your pattern, your likes, etc. And it gives you specific products which you either like it or not. Now, when discussing about digital transformation, now since we understand a bit about data, we can start with discussing about the key elements behind digital transformation and how data is shaping that. So we have emerging technologies, business model innovation, and a shift in the culture and the perception of what we see fit nowadays, and of course what needs to be for us to have successful digital transformation. Let's stop to the first one, emerging technologies. When we're discussing emerging technologies, we mentioned so far the Internet of Things, we mentioned blockchain, augmented reality, or VR, virtual reality. These technologies are there to help in organizing, streamlining the processes which are related to digital transformation. Once we have chosen these new technologies, of course, the business model will change. We'll have innovation. I said in the beginning the example about learning and about professional development. The same goes here. You have data which is pushing your business model towards a new business model, and that's innovation. E-learning platforms, live virtual trainings, etc., etc. Just as an example for the L&D industry. Of course, this is going towards the cultural shift that we have nowadays, where where in the past you had the waterfall approach when it came to project management, where you would set up a specific project, keep that project, go for it in the end, check what's going wrong, and then learn from it. But nowadays, we have a lot of new technology which is evolving every day. And that means that in digital transformation, you as a leader need to foster a data-driven mindset which is agile. It's a mindset which has specific projects which are with with multiple meetings, team meetings, scrum meet, or as they call them, scrum meetings, either one-on-one or with your team, where you discuss today's challenges or this week's challenges, try to find solutions, and then move forward. And in that way, you have more iterations, and you have more, let's say, the parts of the projects or small parts of the project which are being built, and in that way you have less opportunity for a project to fail, because you implement left shifting, where you go with testing in the prior phases, and like that you have this new product developed. As leaders, you need to understand that you need to build a data-driven culture before you start with your digital transformation. And how this is done? First of all, you have executive sponsorship and leadership, which is crucial when it comes to digital transformation, because every major decision for an organization comes from the top and goes down. If you have your executives and your leaders which are believing in cultural change as well as digital transformation, then it's going to be much easier for the other team members that are cascading down in the organizational chart to pass down the information and to start with and embracing this new era in your organization, which is related to digital. The second thing here, which is very, very important, is about cross-functional collaboration. You need to understand that modern problems require modern solutions. We said that now we imply software, we have a modern market which is fast-paced, changing all the time. And what this means in return is that we need to have departments which are collaborating between each other to break down the silos which are between different departments, and to share the insights that these departments have and the data for specific X, Y, Z features which are being developed. Again, let's go with an example here so we understand better. At the moment, in the organization that I'm part of at LEORON Institute, we have this internal CRM, which is custom built for the needs of our organization. Now, if we continue to work with silos, that will mean that from my side, my department will ask only XYZ things or XYZ features towards the CTO. And those features will be highly beneficial for us. That's for sure. But taking in consideration that they will be beneficial for us, it's not guaranteed that they will be beneficial for other departments. Why I'm saying that? Because we will try to tailor them to lessen our workload, to make our processes faster, to make our processes more streamlined. But is that translated towards processes streamlined to other departments? Are the other departments going to have more or less workload? That's why it's important whenever you have digitalization to have this cross-functional collaboration which is based on data. So what we should do in this case? For my department, XYZ feature is very important. We sit down with operations, we sit down with finance, we sit down with sales, marketing, design. We have this feature. How will this impact you? Because based on our knowledge, this will lessen our workload. But will this increase your workload or will it lessen your burden? If it's something that's beneficial, then the digital transformation is in the right path. And in that way, we don't have these types of silos. We share the knowledge. We implement features which are easy to use and usable for every part of the organization. And that, in translation, is successful digital transformation. Continuous learning and development and data-driven decision-making. Continuous learning and development. It doesn't mean that, okay, we had a training for the staff, they understand what are technologies, that's it. No, we need to have a continuous learning and development platform in which all the employees go through these specific trainings where they refresh their knowledge, they learn about new technologies, how these technologies help, and how these technologies can be implemented in the work that they are doing. And the last one, which is data-driven decision making. We utilize the data for making specific decisions within our organization. For example, let's say that, let's give you a very basic example here. Every one of you has e-banking in their mobile phones. Every time you log into your e-banking account, nowadays with the new banking software, we see that every application has charts, graphs, bars, etc., etc. That's data visualization. That's something that we will also discuss today. When you have those charts, graphs, bars, and everything in front of you, what's important? It's important that you see in front of you in visual, very simple, on how your savings are going, how your expenses are going. And based on that, you make a decision. The same goes in business. Every leader in front of them, if they have proper digitalization and data-driven culture and data-driven digital transformation, in front of them, they have a very comprehensive dashboard which they can see everything related to the organization or to the different departments which are out there. They can see the productivity, they can see the employee attendance to different types of meetings, the sales, the estimation of different sales, profit, margins, etc., etc. And based on that, you have the modern digitalization, which is related to data-driven decision making. So we now understand a bit about the culture. Let's discuss a bit about the best practices for data-driven transformation. Okay, so what are the 4 key factors when it comes to the best practices for data-driven transformation? Establishing a clear vision, not moving left, right. This is a feature that we need. As I said, this is a feature that my department needs. I will go sit with operations or with finance or with whoever. I will make sure that they know what we need as a department. And if it's aligned with them, I will try to define it as clear as possible with all the implication. And in this way, we will have in front of us a clear vision for that feature, how that feature will help us, and will that feature help the other departments, or it will slow down the process which is related towards the operation of that specific department. The second one is to invest in data infrastructure. That means investing in infrastructure which is related to your servers, to the computers that you are using, to the devices which are for collecting data, processing data, as well as for the devices which are related towards visualizing data or software or machine learning, etc., etc. Third one, as said, fostering a data-driven culture, and of course, embracing the the agility and the continuous improvement which is out there. However, what we need to understand and what's very important nowadays is that with everything comes challenges. What are the challenges that might come with digital transformation? We have data security and privacy, something that is a huge topic of discussion nowadays, especially with the data leaks that we are seeing, even from the top governmental entities, even from the top organizations at the moment. We can see that data security and privacy is something that is ongoing and it needs a lot of consideration in order to implement some type of new feature and to overcome this challenge in digital transformation. Then we have legacy systems, we have change management, and of course, measuring and optimizing the impact or the ROI of what we do. During this part, we have analyzed and we have discussed in short points about digital transformation and how data is helping digital transformation. Before we move to the second part, which is discussing about the power of data-driven digital transformation, where we will discuss what drives digital transformation, how to integrate it, what are the steps for that, and the implications, I would like to see if any one of the attendees has any question. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. And let's see if anyone has any question. Just open the chat box. Maria, if I cannot see any question or anyone raising a hand, please let me know. Diana, thank you
Well done.
Thank you, Diana, so much for the kind words. Let's wait 1 more minute and then we can continue. In the meantime, taking my fuel for the day, water and coffee. Okay. Okay, thank you, Rabbi. No worries. It's gonna be recorded. Maria will send you the recording and the materials. We can continue then.
Definitely.
Okay, guys. So now we'll start going into more details. When I say going into more details, I mean to discuss now in details on what we have in front of us as challenges and the implication and the power of the data. So let's start with the first part, which is what drives digital transformation. We have technological advancement, we have market dynamics, and changing customer expectations. Based on the attendee list, which I saw before the start of the webinar, we have a lot of attendees which are from the Middle Eastern region. And based on that, we will start giving specific examples and we'll move towards Europe and USA. I will start with the first one. We have Saudi Vision 2030. It's one of the key projects which is driving globalization and it's putting Saudi in the map when it comes to competitive with organizations which are in Europe, when it comes to learning and development, when it comes to product development, etc. And all of this, along with drawing talent from Europe and from US to Saudi for this project, is leading to a mix of different cultures, which we tend to name it as globalization. In that way, we have a change in landscape and a change in the competition that it is within the specific region. And that leads to different companies, either startups or big companies, to start to invest in new technology, which is out there to gain that type of competitive advantage and to implement the know-how which is related towards digital transformation, production, streamlining operations, etc., etc. Once we start having that, we start now seeing that the adaptation of these types of technologies is leading to smart cities, is leading to huge groundbreaking projects. We have the line, we have NEOM, which is building smart, safe, sustainable cities, all because of the digital transformation related to data, based on what they have in front of them when it comes to the key pillars, which I said from the beginning, which is this one, sustainability, and how data is helping, and it's showing the organizations how sustainability can shape your business, and they are implementing the same into new smart cities nowadays. Besides that, we have through the UAE Vision 2025, you have different types of initiatives regarding smart cities. Everything in UAE nowadays is in a mobile touch. With one, two simple touches in your smart device, you can order whatever you want. You can purchase or buy or pay any type of payment that you have towards the government or towards private businesses, and in that way you have full digitalization of services based on the demand, which was processed based on data. Here we have three key elements which need to be discussed based on the drivers. And again, technological advancement, market dynamics, and changing customer expectations. We have three elements, and those are data strategy, modern technologies, and agile processes. Data strategy is a well-defined data strategy which is clear for an organization to have effective digital transformation, and it identifies data sources, data types, how to collect the type of data, how to process, the key constraints regarding the processing of data, the key factors when it comes to data itself, and where to stop with processing, how to standardize or to clean the data before processing, etc. After that, we have implementation of modern technologies. As I said, Internet of Things, you have AI, machine learning, etc., etc. And all of this goes through different types of agile processes in order to have an agile response when it comes to digital transformation. We are talking a lot so far about digital transformation, about how data is shaping digital transformation, the collection of data, etc., etc. But you, as business leaders, business owners, and seniors in the industry, of course, and as everyone, you will think about the benefits of data-driven digital transformation. So what are the main benefits? Personally, I would like to categorize them in four pillars. You have the data-driven insights, which leads you to create a marketing strategy. It leads you to create a new product placement strategy. It leads you to understand your staff, your cost, how they are performing, where they are underperforming, etc., etc., etc. And based on that, to make informed decisions. This is the first one, but this is also linked to the second one, which is process optimization. You understand, we have, I'm sure that in our attendee list today, we have quality managers. You are all aware of the Six Sigma methodology, also the continuous improvement methodology, which is Kaizen, and it's one of the most widely used nowadays in different types of industries. And this is led through data to improve and your processes, and to have incremental improvements in everything that you are doing in your organization. Streamlining your workflows, operational efficiency, reducing costs, etc., etc. Then, of course, the third pillar is innovation and agility. And the fourth one, which is very important, enhanced customer experience. Just to give you an example of what I mean by enhanced customer experience, we have NLB, it's a bank which is called NLB, with a branch in Slovenia. The HQ is there also, and one of the branches, what they did is that they analyzed that they have a lot of Slovenians who started working abroad. but they still maintain their bank accounts in Slovenia. What they are doing is that they have started to implement this video calling, not just calling hotline at the bank, hi, I have a problem, etc., etc. You go in NLB Slovenia, you go into customer support, you have an option for live meeting, video call meeting with one of the bank representatives. And in that way, you have the first attempts for the digital teller. Even if you are in US, even if you are in Saudi, even if you are in Spain or everywhere that you can be, with one click, with internet connection, it's like you are in a branch in Slovenia. You have all information there, they can help you with anything, and in that way you don't need to travel or to wait or to make those expensive calls or to wait in line with a call and the music that's ongoing until you get one of the operators. You share your screen, you explain what's bothering you, they share their screen, 100% efficient system. And based on that, you have the customer experience, which is giving you the competitive advantage. But of course, it's not only sunshine and rainbows. We also have challenges when it comes to data-driven digital transformation. The key challenges or the key pillars nowadays are the personally data silos, legacy systems, organizational culture, security and privacy. We touched base on culture, we touched base on security and how important they are. Same with legacy systems. That's why I said you need to adapt and you need to improve your systems before starting your digital transformation journey and your journey for implementing new technology. Of course, that is also aligned with the example, data silos, the example which I gave for features that I would like for my department. But if I don't share that type of information with other departments and you have fragmented data integration, then you have ineffective data decision making, which might cause failed digital transformation, which might be very, very expensive. Case study here. We all are into cars. We all know Rolls-Royce, but how many of us knows that Rolls-Royce lost more than 45 million pounds when they went through digital transformation? Why did they do that? They bought this new ERP system, which is Enterprise Resource Planning. What they did with this system is they got the system, they started immediately to push from higher management to implement it because it was very expensive. However, they forgot that they don't have systems to handle all the processes related to the ERP system. Besides that, they forgot that they don't have enough cross-departmental collaboration. They have data silos. They don't have enough training. And what they did, instead of streamlining the processes, having a good procurement, having good supply chain, having good production, everything started going south. And that made the loss for them, which they had to refer back to the old ERP system, start again with training, pay again for implementation, pay for the cost incurred, delay in the shipment of their cars or products, and all of this because they didn't take in consideration these main four challenges. How do we escape these challenges? This is the main concern that a lot of digital transformation professionals and data scientists have at the moment. Personally, I think that we need to go through 5 steps. You need, first of all, as professionals who have extensive experience in digital transformation as well as data, you need to assess in reality the current state of your organization. You need to evaluate, are we ready for this? Do we have staff for this? Is this relevant for us? Once you do that, you assess where are you at the moment, what you want to achieve, can you achieve it? You need to start defining the goals and objectives. What you want to achieve, how do you want to be achieved? What should be the outcome once X, Y, Z things are achieved? Once you've done that, you go to the third step, which is to identify the key initiatives, the key projects that are, or as in project management, you have the critical path to your final project, the key parts in which you need to go through to achieve the final project. Once you have the critical path as an idea, you start to develop a roadmap where it outlines the phases, timelines, resources, managers, etc. And you start with implementation and executing this. This is from implementer point of view. But what if you are a leader and you want to implement a change management strategy? You start by communicating the vision, then you go with the employee training and upskilling as a senior leader. Then you select change champions. These change champions are selected through identifying and empowering within your organization different types of advocates of change and digitalization. Someone who either has extensive knowledge or someone who is extensively invested in learning and implementing these new trends. Once you have these change champions, these drivers, or in basketball, as they call them, the MVP, the most valuable players, you have the key people who are driving this forward and are in a way pushing the other employees to gain the knowledge, to start implementing this new feature, and to understand with their mindset that this is the way to go for your organization based on the strategy that you guys have selected. Of course, once you have changed champion, what you do, what I said, what Toyota is doing the best at the moment, which is Kaizen, continuous improvement, feedback, adaptation. But again, let's go back to one key part, which is about data and how data is aided. We know that data has a lot of different parts when it comes to being processed and to aiding digital transformation. And I would say that we would need, first of all, to understand the governance of data. Then, of course, the impact of different technologies that they have in digital transformation and in data in general. So in front of us, we have AI and machine learning and how they are shaping digital transformation. We have predictive analytics, we have process automation and personalization. In the past, and I'm talking in the past like 5, 6, 7 years ago, because that's how much we have developed since COVID hit, and it's amazing on where we are going through only through this one, let's say, generational changing event, where we didn't have machine learning up to when COVID hit. I'm talking didn't have in phases where everyone can utilize. And we didn't have AI. We didn't have ChatGPT at that time. So predictive analytics was something that only the biggest or only the highest level of organizations with the highest revenue could do, because you need to pay a lot of money for someone to conduct this hands-on predictive analytics. With the introduction of AI and machine learning, we have a project now which I'm working with one of my colleagues, Mr. Daniel, where we are selecting different types of data. We are utilizing AI to create a builder for us in which AI, when I say AI, even paid ChatGPT can do the work, where we are utilizing ChatGPT paid version to help us in predicting different types of trends when it comes to products. Of course, that's not going to be the final, but for small organizations which don't have more budget than going only through this type of AI software, this is a make or break, because it gives them a very insightful information for a little amount of invested funds when it comes to these processes. Same goes with developing machine learning algorithms. You create specific algorithms. I will give you an example. You have one machine learning algorithm which you can create, which let's say it's in HR, and this type of algorithm which is in HR can give you specific information which stop. Just give me 1 second. I don't know why now. I
It's
think
all
it's
good.
good.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, my second screen something. Yeah. As I was saying, you have an example in HR and payroll where through different types of machine learning, simple algorithms, you can have specific KPIs measured from specific employees. And those KPIs which are measured can either give you an error message, like something highlighted in red, like let's say, for example, Art, Maria are not coming regular to work, they're not working with clients, they're not replying on time, etc., etc. You need to pay attention to this. However, if you have a clearly structured organization, which is highly structured in terms of KPIs, roadmap, and career path, you can say that, okay, we have this data which is collected for Maria and Art. They are working here for 5-6 years, and they have done this. Automatically, through machine learning, it will tell you, Art's manager or Maria's manager or Art, whoever, this employee is a high performer. You need to think about their payroll. You need to think about their long-term strategy in the organization, and you need to think about different type of promotion. Or if it senses that Maria is a hard worker, but she makes a lot of issues while working, you could say that, okay, Maria is valuable because of her input when it comes to working overtime, working all the time, etc., etc. But the output is not to the level which is necessary for our organization. Through machine learning, it will pinpoint where she's making the mistakes based on analyzing the data, and it will give you specific excuse me, specific trainings which are related to Maria for improving her performance in the workplace. And this goes also to process automation and through personalization. When discussing about digital transformation also, you need to understand very key factor in data-driven decision-making, data-driven digital transformation, and in data in general. Cybersecurity is something which cannot be taken very light-hearted, because when we are discussing about data, you are discussing about personal information for those specific individuals. You are discussing about sensitive information which those individuals have approved to disclose with you, but they have not approved to disclose with everyone else. That's why investing in cybersecurity is very important. It gives you an advantage because you have a safe environment, which gives you a trustworthy organization. But in the other way, it gives you more data to work with. That's why you need to have risk assessments done on a regular basis, data protection protocols such as the GDPR, incident response. Whenever you have a data leak, you need to have specific incident response strategy, and continuous monitoring for XYZ responses which are out there. When discussing about data, so far we have discussed about data from tech point of view. Now, what we will discuss here is how data enhances your business. So let's start with the first one, just as a reminder. The role of data and data analytics and digital transformation is data-driven decision-making, customer insights, operational optimization, predictive analytics. How this can be employed in different organizations, we will see in the upcoming slides. But what is the imperative for change for these types of let's say, pillars in data-driven decision-making and digitalization? We have accelerating technological advancements, we have evolving customer expectations, and we have competitive pressure which comes from different organizations, the landscape, etc., etc. So, as business leaders, what is important for you also is to understand the monetary part, right? So, what we need to understand is that data monetization and business model innovation goes to as data being a product, You can also use data and digital transformation with analytical services. You have new business models which are generated through data and through the digital transformation of data. And of course, you have different types of strategic partnerships which will come through this utilization of data. Let's go now sector by sector, so we see how you can make money in your organization with streamlining data processes, utilizing it for digital transformation, and gaining competitive advantage. Let's start with HR and talent management. When it comes to HR and talent management, we have the workforce analytics, which is analyzing employee data, performance metrics, turnover rates, trends, opportunities, and it helps in optimizing workforce planning and improve the employee retention in our organization. Then you have talent acquisition and recruitment, where through data analytics, you identify the top talent, you optimize your job posting, you streamline the recruitment process, and you ensure that the right candidate goes to the right job position. Then you have L&D, as I mentioned with the example with Maria, she's lacking in XYZ things. Her manager is notified through machine learning and through data processing. She goes to that specific course. And you have diversity, equity, and inclusion as well through workforce planning and data analytics. But since we're discussing about HR and talent, we cannot move to other sectors if we don't discuss in details workforce management. Again, we have performance management and talent acquisition, where you utilize data for employing the right person, checking their performance, to plan how many people you need for XYZ projects or propose or specific, let's say, initiatives that you are working on, and how you need to plan ahead when you have X, Y, Z initiatives that are ongoing. For example, let's say you have an organization which has a low season from January till May, and then you have very low season because it's summer break, but from September till December you have a very, very high season. That's why you have workforce planning through data and employee development, where you utilize that type of data, you utilize historically how much workload these people had, and you plan ahead. Do they need help? How much help they need? In which part they need more help with? Once you've done that, then you can streamline these processes and have a ready workforce to tackle with any challenge which might lie ahead. Another data-driven digitalization goes to marketing and advertising. You have audience training, you have campaign performance measurement, you have content optimization, and predictive analytics for marketing, things that we discussed also when we were discussing about Amazon. But what about customer engagement? Personalized marketing, optimized user experience, customer journey mapping. Every customer has a specific journey when it goes through this new data-driven digital transformation. A very good example of this, let's say Netflix. Remember when you first open your Netflix profiles, or when someone opens now a new profile, what are the first things that you do? Netflix creates a specific persona which is specifically for you. It helps you, it gives you specific suggestions where you choose which type of information you want to be there, such as which types of movies are you more interested in watching, which types of TV shows are you more interested in watching, and based on that, based on the data behind those TV shows, let's say, for example, you've chosen 2-3 shows which are drama. It will not give you suggestion based on the name. It will give you suggestion based on the text behind that name, such as drama, appropriate age, language which you have searched for, etc., etc. And in that way, it will give you a fully customized journey for you as a customer in that specific let's say platform, in this case Netflix, and every time you go there you have a fully optimized user experience. You see what you want in front of you, what you wish to see and what movies you would like to see based on the specifics that you've seen in the past. Same as I think you all received some XYZ messages like, are you in the mood to watch this? Are you in the mood to watch that? Etc. 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 This is part of that customer journey and optimized user experience. Let's talk now about supply chain. Same goes in supply chain and how data drives the digitalization. You have historical sales data, which helps you, and of course, market trends, prices. Let me give you a very interesting example now. When it's not related to supply chain, but through demand, so we understand better. It's summer. We are 22nd of May today. June starts, June to September. We all go to summer holidays somewhere. That means that we have a high demand for travel destinations which have beaches, which have resorts, etc., etc. What happens? Historical data, boom, demand analyzed, XYZ places who have XYZ resorts in the past 3 years have been requested the most. What do the prices go? Boom, off the roof in XYZ dates. That's for demand forecasting. The same goes for planning. As a travel agency, you had to fly 3-4 planes per week. You see that that's not enough. You start with new partnerships to have more planes that are flying to those destinations, which data prove that they are highly requested. Sorry. The same goes with inventory optimization, logistics and route planning. As I said, the road logistics with Google Maps, you see the red and the green road and how it shows you where you will waste time in traffic and where not. Of course, when you're an organization, and that's very important, you save money on fuel and transportation, and predictive maintenance, as we discussed with GE. Now let's discuss about banks a bit. We have budgeting and forecasting, which is related to financial management, where through historical data, you understand like where you've had the most expenses, where you need to stop with expenses, where you need to continue with those expenses in XYZ period. Same goes with cost analysis and investment analysis, which is market of analysis of the data in stock markets. Like for example, when there is a natural disaster in XYZ region, we know that the prices for XYZ products will increase, or the value of specific or industry specific companies will increase. And based on that, we have increase in the prices, and shows us either should we invest or should we not invest. Now, how to initiate digital transformation? Again, I will just mention it again because this is necessary for us in the gamification which we'll have in the end. Assess readiness, define strategy and vision, build a data-driven foundation, and implement and iterate the data strategy that you have in front of you.
Hi, Art. Just a second. Can you all hear Art? As someone commented that he cannot hear you.
Really?
Hi, Mazen. Can you hear now?
Can you hear me? Naima, yes.
Also, we have some questions, but we will cover them.
Yeah.
After.
Oh, yeah, I saw the questions we'll cover in the end.
Okay,
Can the other
I can hear
us?
you.
Yeah, LEORON, okay. We have. Can I continue?
Yes, please proceed.
Okay, so as I was saying, we have also key points for discussing when it comes to different types of strategies and the steps for implementing a digital transformation strategy. This is a recap of this part, but I'm going again because you will need it in the end. So you have defining goals and vision, assessing the current state, developing a roadmap, building a cross-functional team, and implementing and iterating. Now, take this in consideration, guys, because I have a question now for all of you. Take this in consideration, this strategy for implementing digital transformation. How would you overcome challenges when it comes to digital transformation? Let me just write it also so everyone can have it. How would you overcome challenges in digital transformation? Wait 1 or 2 minutes. Think about in the beginning what we said, which are the main challenges. I will give you a hint. One of them is privacy. Make a learning journey to the customer. Legacy system. Legacy system. Okay. Change management plan with focus on stakeholder. Change management. Okay. So we are going in the right path. So we have Shim, Ryan, Naima, Awad, Mansoor, and Diana, who have all contributed to this. And to be honest with you guys, it's very close to what I was also planning to present. So we are in the right path. How to overcome challenges? You create a change management plan. You create a specific digital transformation with specific changes in processes and roles who are helping you in shape the digital literacy that you have in your organization, that help you in organize your teams, that help you in organize the processes, and in that way help you in having an effective communication strategy for tackling any type of challenges. As we have Awad and Naima that said, legacy systems integration. One of the challenges that we had was legacy systems. Old systems cannot handle new processes. So you invest in legacy systems, you invest in new technology. Then we had cybersecurity and data privacy. This is something that also was mentioned from Sama. You need to invest in data privacy. You need to have plans for data privacy, how the data needs to be saved, how the data needs to be secured in order for your digital transformation. And then, of course, we have also Dana, who was right on point with organizing trainings, talent and skill gap management, where you implement this type of trainings and sessions for your team in the organization in order for them to understand what challenges lie ahead, how to prepare for those challenges, and of course, how to tackle any types of issues which you have there. Now, Nawaf, what are the potential problems for what? Okay, we have Nawaf with one question. Maria, please check. So in the end, we answer these questions. Nawaf, give me like 25 minutes, and then we'll get back to your question when we have the Q&A. My pleasure. Okay, now I have a case study for you. Transforming manufacturing with digital technologies. The challenges. A leading manufacturing company that faced challenges with outdated processes, inefficient resource utilization, limited visibility into product data, resulting in high cost and quality issues. This is, as I would call, those dinosaur companies who are negative towards change, who are negative towards different type of processes which would improve their operational effectiveness. Digital transformation strategy. The company implemented a comprehensive digital transformation strategy that included deploying Internet of Things sensors and edge computing devices, implementing a cloud-based data management platform, leveraging advanced analytics for predictive maintenance and process optimization, automating repetitive tasks with robotic process automation, RPA. What are results to this? The digital transformation initiatives resulted in increased operational efficiency and productivity, reduced maintenance costs and downtime, improved product quality and consistency, and enhanced the supply chain visibility and optimization, as well as it accelerated time to market for new products. Now, when we are discussing about this, let's give you just one more example. Case study number 2, digital transformation in healthcare. Electronic healthcare records. Healthcare organizations have implemented electronic health record EHR systems to digitize patient data, improve data accessibility, and enhance care coordination among healthcare providers. This is related to telemedicine and remote monitoring, where the adoption of telemedicine platform and remote patient monitoring devices has enabled healthcare providers to deliver virtual consultations and monitor patients' health conditions. And it helped with AI and machine learning algorithms to analyze medical images such as X-rays and MRI scans, where they will assist in healthcare professionals making accurate diagnosis and identifying potential health issues at a very early stage. So my question now, and what we are going to discuss in 5 more slides, is how implementing data-driven strategies for successful digital transformation is made. Now we start slowly with recapping. So, first of all, you start with defining clear objectives, identifying the KPIs, assessing current data landscape. Once you've done that, you know where you are going, you know what needs to be done, you know what you have in front of you in terms of data. What happens then? You start with the 3 pillars of data-driven digital transformation. Data analytics, where data analytics is related also to cloud computing, and also you have automation and AI, where once you've started with analyzing the data, you start with more enhanced processes that are related to AI, and in return that are game changers when it comes to digital transformation. Once you've done this as leaders, so you know where you're heading, you need to understand that you need to measure what you are doing. It's not only the direction, but it's the impact that we have when going somewhere. So what we have there, we have the KPIs which need to be measured, the continuous improvement or Kaizen methodology, customer feedback, and benchmarking, comparing your organization's performance against your competitors. You have implemented digitalization. You see that it's not going well. How do you know that? Besides the internal numbers, you see also that your competitors are facing the same challenges. And in that way, through benchmarking, you understand where you need to go and what you need to change. How to overcome the challenges in digital transformation? Besides the previously mentioned challenges, we have also resistance to change. And this is what I say, resistance to change is mainly because of not having proper champions in the organization. Remember when I said MVPs? If you don't have these types of MVPs that are pushing forward for your organization to get as much as possible digitalized products or digitalized initiatives, then you will start having resistance to change with the mindset of those that I mentioned from the example dinosaur organizations. So if you were to put this into a table, how to measure the success and how to measure the failures, again, customer satisfaction, revenue growth, innovation of your organization, and operational efficiency. If, just to put my pointer, if you don't start improving the work-life balance, improving the work of and enjoyment of your team members, and if you don't improve the revenue of organization, then you are failing in one of these 4, either in customer satisfaction, operational efficiency, revenue growth, or innovation velocity. So now, just let me minimize this. We go with one more case study and then we go with the gamification part. I hope everyone can read it. So we have a multinational corporation's digital transformation. A multinational corporation faced inefficiencies in its supply chain management, which is leading to delays and excess inventory and customer dissatisfaction. The company recognized the need for a data-driven digital transformation to optimize its operations and improve customer experience. This is the challenge that is faced. The strategy behind this challenge and how it needs to be solved. The company implemented a comprehensive data strategy integrating data from various sources, including Internet of Things sensors, supplier databases, and customer feedback platforms, where advanced analytics and machine learning algorithms were employed to analyze this data and identify patterns and insights. Then, once you have the strategy, like we said, we analyze the problem. We start by analyzing how we could get a specific solution to the problem. If we have a headache for one thing, what we do, we try to find a solution. Now we have an objective or a strategy on what could solve our headache, our challenge. What we do, we start with implementing the solution that we think is the right one. So a cloud-based supply chain management platform was developed where it leveraged real-time data and predictive analytics to forecast demand, optimize inventory levels, and streamline logistics. Additionally, a customer-facing mobile app provided transparency and personalized experience. So we implemented a solution to our problem. What we do now, we analyze the results. The digital transformation initiative resulted in a 25% reduction in supply chain cost, 40% decrease in inventory levels, and a significant improvement in customer satisfaction scores. The company gained a competitive edge and established itself as an industry leader in data-driven operations. This is a successful data-driven digital transformation. Now, since we are here, guys, before the Q&A, let me just stop this screen sharing. I would like all of you to take your phones out because now we will start with gamification. And then we'll have the Q&A. Okay. Either scan the QR code or go to kahoot.it and write this pin. We will wait for 5 minutes before we proceed. The price for this, Maria, please also take notes for this if you can. We will see the winners and you will approach either me or Maria. Is that okay? Okay, good. The winner of this is that the top 3 places of today's challenge will have a one-on-one consultancy with myself and Maria regarding digital transformation or learning and development solutions, which will be for you or your organization. This will be a 90-minute session with each of you. It can be scheduled at any time that is convenient for you, and it's going to be full free of charge. Maria, just please take notes and
Yes, of course.
yeah,
Already
so
written
we
everything.
will see, so we can share the price. And if you want, just write it in the chat box. We'll wait 5 more minutes and we will start with this. Okay, 3 more minutes and we can start. If anyone is facing difficulties, just text in the chat box. We will try to help. Okay, sorry. Try now, please. Olivera, if you cannot scan it, just go to kahoot.it and write 413663. Sorry for minimizing the QR, guys. Please go to www.kahoot.it and write the pin, Olivera. Okay. 2 more minutes and we start. 1 more minute, sorry. So we have 18. Let's see if anyone else who is going to join. 19. Okay, 19 people. Let's see if anyone else is joining. Charles, IMS, Dana, LEORON, 20. Okay, we have 20. Olivera, all good? Are you joining? Let's wait for 1 minute for Olivera, guys, and then we start. One last minute.
Is there anyone else that is facing difficulties?
Yeah, anyone, just write in the chat, please. Either the pin or the code, whichever is more suitable for you. 21. Okay, let's start. Okay. Let's see. Can I start, Maria?
Yes. Can we see Mohammed Vargas? Yes, he's here. Okay. It is
Okay.
okay, Mohammed.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Starting. What is data-driven digital transformation? Transformation without data, use of data for improvement, digital innovation and improvement, business improvement through analytics. Use of data for improvement. That's very good.
Adham, you should visit the websites that are already mentioned.
Kahoot.it game pin 413663. So we have Ra, number 1, Mansoor, MS, Shem, and Mazen. Okay, let's go to the second. Why is data important in digital transformation? Informs decision making, increases revenue growth, optimizes business processes, improves customer satisfaction. Informs decision making, number 1. 13 correct. Okay, let's see the score. Mansoor is moving up. Okay, then we have Mazen and we have MS is 3. Number 3. What is the goal of 5G and edge computing in digital transformation? Low latency communication, augmented reality, increased cybersecurity, real-time data processing. Real-time data processing. Okay. go. Let's see how it's going. We have MS number 1, Kadi, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, number 2, Mansoor number 3, Ra, and Mohammed Ali. Let's go. True or false? Is data-driven digital transformation the process of leveraging data, analyzing and acting upon data? True or false? Let's see. Three true. Okay. Ra is reaching an answer streak of 3. Okay. MS is number 1, leading the way. No worries, Naima. I hope that you can connect again. What challenge does data integration solve in digital transformation? Ensures data governance, breaks down data silos, handles complex data, or consolidates disparate data sources. Breaks down data silos. Amazing, Mansoor. Bravo. True or false? We are in the middle of the quiz, 6 more to go. Is data the lifeblood of digital transformation? Okay, we have 22 true. Still leading the way. Let's go now to multi-select. This is multiple questions, guys. How can blockchain technology enhance data transparency? Enabling decentralized transactions. Okay, Saad, well done. We have Saad who is on our answer streak. Mansoor still number 1. Multi-select again. How can organizations overcome resistance to change in digital transformation? Effective communication and training, and leadership commitment and support. It's nice. Upa, Saad jumping 3 places. Well done, Saad. What is the main goal of data-driven digital transformation? Improve decision making, reduce costs, increase sales, enhance customer experience. Decision making. Good. Okay. We have how can data analytics contribute to digital transformation? 2 more to go, guys. Uncover valuable insights. That's good. Saad, Ra, Mansoor. What are the key elements of data-driven digital transformation? Data visualization, lean methodologies, data infrastructure, change management. Shim, it's in the screen. You need to check the screen because I'm sharing the answers. Data infrastructure. Okay. And the last one, what is the role of leadership in data-driven transformation? Drive change and support, enhance data analytics skills, ensure buy-in from stakeholders, implement training programs. Drive change and support. Perfect. Let's see now, Maria, take notes. I will share with you the emails. Maria will approach you guys, and whenever you want, you will contact us, and you will schedule the free session that you are awarded to. So we have Ra, Mansoor, and Saad with the top 3 places, but also we will approach number 4 and number 5, the runner-ups for this, so don't worry, the top 5 as a gift we'll have from us. Let's see the podium, if I can see the full. Okay, we'll share, Maria, the full report with you, and then you will start approaching.
Well done, everyone.
Well done. Now I'm so proud to be with you guys here, and I'm blessed to have such colleagues. Congrats to everyone. Now from my side, I would like to thank you so much for your attendance and for everything during this course. Now I open the floor to you. So let's discuss. Let's see what's pending, what needs to be clarified, how I can help you, how other delegates can share their experience and help. Let's start. Maria, do they have permission to talk, or they need to write the questions?
They can write the questions.
Okay.
Or how they prefer.
Okay. Please, let's see who has any types of questions. Regarding materials, in the chat box, I will put my email. You also have email of Maria. Also, I will put my LinkedIn profile now. You can approach me or Maria via email or via LinkedIn, and we will share the materials as well as any type of other demand that you have. Okay, Mansoor, we have the first question. Okay, Olivera, well noted. We will make sure that we will share details about Kahoot before the upcoming webinar. Thank you so much for your comment. Mansoor, how do you see the placement of digital transformation as a function in the organization impacting the ultimate purpose? Example, under IT versus under business. Okay, so Mansoor, when we are discussing about digital transformation as a function, you need to understand that digital transformation is not just implementing IT department or utilizing the IT department for making changes, because IT department can install software and can put to use hardware, computers, implementing new legacy systems, etc., etc. But if you would like to have digital transformation, you need to think of a cross-departmental, cross-organizational change. That's why you need to have digital transformation which has a different type of managers in different departments that will work together to share the knowledge from their departments that they have collected to implement these changes and to utilize the power of the software and hardware which is utilized by IT. That's why if it was for choosing one department, I would say to put it under the change management or the project management office, because usually the project management offices consisted of professionals from different types of departments who are working together to implement changes, such as the vision realization offices that we have in Saudi for implementing the Saudi Vision 2030, or in UAE. So you have these offices, cross-departmental functions, cross-departmental knowledge transfer, cross-departmental implementation of the features. I hope that this clarified, Mansour, your question about this. Okay, Nawaf, regards digital transformation, will it produce more employment than eliminated by 2024? If so, what kind of occupations are more likely to be created? Okay. Digital transformation, I know that personally I have it in my team as well. I've heard it a lot of times. Oh, AI, it will eliminate jobs, etc., etc. The same happened with every technology which was in the past. Untrained jobs are going to be not eliminated, but are going to start to be left aside. That's why job specialization is something that needs to be done in order to create new jobs. For example, in the past, you didn't have machine learning specialists. It was very, very rare to have machine learning data scientists and specialists. Nowadays, implementing AI, implementing machine learning, what you have? You have eliminating jobs which were regular jobs, no training, basic jobs, but you have the jobs which are fully specialized. You have trained machine learning specialists with IT background, with data sciences background, who are able to implement that technology and to put it into use for the future of jobs. So if I were to summarize it, I would say that it will not eliminate jobs, but it will create specialized people for the jobs. In terms of what kind of occupations are more likely to be created, again, I cannot give you specific names because I cannot tell that, but I would say specialized. Everything that's going to be specialized is going to be more and more in demand nowadays. And Mansour, agree, I have seen many examples where digital CIO division will hinder the purpose. Correct. Because Mansour, you know why this is correct from many points of view? Because if you put it under CIO, if you put it under CTO, if you put it under IT, what will happen is that there will be if it's only one department, there will be not that much knowledge transfer. So a guy from IT will implement a system in marketing. He will think that the guys from marketing can utilize that equipment the same as the IT guys do. What you have there? Failure, as it had in Rolls-Royce. Diana, do you often use gamification in your organization? If yes, how this is established? Okay, so Dana, yes, what is the important to note is that we don't believe only on academic type of teaching. We believe in gamification and implementing of what has been discussed. In order to implement what has been discussed, you need to have the reinforced learning, which goes through gaming, projects, etc., etc. Our goal is that through every module and every topic that is being discussed, to have mini games and mini case studies for the delegates to go and implement those from the first day of returning back to after the training that they have. Now, this can be if it's online through Kahoot, it can be through different types of breakout rooms, which unfortunately we don't have that much time because it's just a webinar. It could be through different types of, let's say, case studies, which you will be assigned the winning team that will present, or if it's something, let's say, legal training, you need to convince the other team why should they not pursue this XYZ, etc., etc. And if it's face-to-face, you have more opportunities for gamification, where you can basically divide them into group, give them specifics for, let's say, tower building and critical development leadership skills through that tower building and decision making. I hope that this was clear.
Do we have any more questions?
Anyone, any more questions? Again, I'm posting the LinkedIn and WhatsApp and email, so you approach me and Maria, and we come back to you with all your questions and your prizes and the materials that are from this webinar.
Thank you
Again,
all. Yeah, you
thank
can
you
please.
so much. Sorry, Maria. Thank you, everyone, so much. Thank you for the opportunity from your side and from Maria, and I hope that we will see each other more often.
Thank you all for joining us today on this insightful webinar on data-driven digital transformation. We hope you found the session valuable and leaving with deeper understanding of how to leverage data and technology to modernize your business practices. So before we wrap up, I would like to remind you on a few things. A link from the recorded session will be shared with you shortly. Feel free to revisit the content and share it with your colleagues. And if we didn't get your questions, don't worry. We'll be following up via email to ensure all your queries are addressed. So once again, thank you all for the time and participation, and have a great day. And special thanks to you, Arzakiri, for sharing your expertise and providing us with practical strategy and actionable takeaways.
Thank you so much. All the best. Take care. Bye.
All good, everyone. I will share my email here, so if you need me, you can approach me at any time. You're most welcome. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.